This is video 3, on again, off again, dating relationships. How are they different from other relationships? In the literature review section, lots of research on progression. There's a lot of research on the progression of romantic relationships. However, relationships are usually defined as either intact or terminated. But reconciled relationships are extremely prevalent in our society, therefore more research needs to be done on them. Multiple breakups within one relationship may exacerbate the stress brought on by breakups. And the anxieties and uncertainties breakups create may affect the subsequent stages of the relationship. On and off relationships have unique stressors. Research has not explicitly examined how on and off relationships may differ from regular relationships, which builds our significance of this specific article because we're comparing on and off relationships to traditional terminated or intact relationships. All relations go through a period of relational development, which is when the people are getting to know each other and all of that kind of stuff. So your first interest is made. This may be different on and off relationships, and that's something they want to look into. They also want to look into, do on and off relationships have different reasons for dissolution? And do partners use more indirect strategies for dissolution? So would they rather ghost or pull away or avoid the situation rather than confronting and saying, this is it, this is the breakup, we're over? There's also lower rates of mutual dissolution in on and off relationships. So how does that affect the difference in those two types of relationships? This is the methodology section. There was two studies. This was a two-part study. So the first way they collected their data was by sending a survey link to interested participants through email. The first question was if they were in an on and off relationship. 90 participants were currently dating and 183 were not currently dated of the people in on and off relationships. They were asked the number of renewals and the lengths of stages. There was open-ended questions that asked about the positive and negative qualities of the relationships. These were usually answered in 1 to 2 sentences. 4 out of 5 of the authors coded the open-ended questions. However, the first author then coded the longer responses that were a paragraph or more. The final coding scheme was created by all the authors together, all 5 of them. The second way the data was collected was through a different sample of 258 college students from a Southwestern university. They then took an online survey about their current or most recent dating relationship. The total relationship length averaged around 15.41 months. This is the results section. 61.6% had experienced on and off relationships in all of the data. 29.6% reported renewing twice, 22.2% reported renewing 3 times, and 23.6% reported renewing 4 or more times. The length of time between the initiation of the relationship and the first break, the first off, and the total length of the relationship show greater lengths in non-cyclical partners. So, yeah, if you're not in an on-again, off-again relationship, there's a greater amount of time between the initiation of the relationship and the break, and there is greater length in the relationship lasted for longer, Current partners were more positive when talking about the relationship. Ex-partners were less positive, and on and off cited less positive whether or not they worked together or not. There was an indication in this study that the negative aspects non-cyclical partners experience stem primarily from outside forces rather than factors within the relationship. So if you're in a healthy relationship where it's either terminated or not terminated, then the reason your relationship ended usually stems from an outside factor and not from something inside the relationship that can be perceived as something you can work on. Past non-cyclical partners reported using the negotiated farewell, fade away, and dating others strategies more than both groups of on and off partners. In contrast, both on and off groups reported using the justification and the pseudo de-escalation strategies more than non-cyclical partners. So if you were in a relationship that ended and that was it, you were more likely to use the this is it, like the end, like we're over, let's date other people, this is what I want. It was a very direct way. But if you're in an on-off relationship, then you use justifying, like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong, it's not you, it's me, those types of things. Or they use pseudo de-escalation, which was basically trying to make it seem like they weren't really breaking up, they were just taking time apart. Stuff like that. Those results are speculative, though, because it wasn't really what the core focus of the study was. On and off partners have more uncertainty regarding their breakups, and on and off partners appear to report lower relational quality overall, whether or not they were together or not together. And that's it. That's the end of my video. Thank you.